Monday is the 8th anniversary of the Humboldt Broncos bus crash, a moment no one in this country will ever forget.
Ryan Straschnitzki and his teammates received support from the largest GoFundMe campaign in Canadian history, which raised $15 million. And Ryan is back with us this morning on TMS, along with GoFundMe CEO Tim Cadogan. Good to see you both. And, well, Ryan, welcome back to TMS. Always good to see you. Kara just mentioned it, the 8th anniversary coming up. It's hard to believe it's been 8 years. How does this anniversary, how does it impact you?
It's one of those things where, you know, that date always comes back. You remember it. You try to move forward. You just want to live in memory of those that we lost that day, and just move forward and do something good in all their names. So for me, it's a moment of remembering, but it's allowing me to see, you know, what came of that, right? Our community coming together for me and my teammates, and me getting to grow up with the guys and share those memories that we had, and be very grateful to be a Humboldt Bronco.
Tim, Jeff mentioned that the GoFundMe campaign for Humboldt, for the players, for their families, was the biggest in Canadian history. What does that tell you about Canadians and about how this story just resonated with everybody?
I'd also add it's one of the biggest fundraisers that we've seen in the world. We operate in 20 countries, and I think it says a lot about the desire for Canadians to come together in community to help each other when hard things happen. And what we do at GoFundMe is really enable a timeless thing, which is people wanting to help each other, just to help in a modern way. And to see that level of support and the way the community came around and has continued to do so, and the work that Ryan and some of his teammates have been doing to pay it forward and to help other people has just been incredible. So it's really our privilege to help mobilize that level of support.
And Ryan, let's talk a bit more about that support, because it has opened the door to a lot of long-term rehabilitation, and I know helped you with your recovery.
Yeah, I remember, you know, after the accident, I didn't really know where to look. I didn't know what was next. You know, my family made a lot of sacrifices, keeping me company in the hospital and spending time away from work and all that. And I know the GoFundMe dollars raised went towards that for their living expenses and my rehabilitation. And I remember, you know, just that support alone made a difference in my family's lives and the lives of everyone else that was impacted. So we're really grateful, and it kind of inspired me to figure out a way that I can give back to the community. The community gave so much to me and my teammates that it was important to give back. And I think growing up as a young Canadian hockey player, you're always told to give back to the community. So I was always trying to look for that avenue, and I think that's what inspired me later on in life to start my foundation as well.
Tell us more about that, because you started it, is that in 2018?
So 2018, right after the accident, I had my old trainer. He started selling hats with my number on it to raise funds for my rehabilitation costs. And I think as the years went on, I wanted to change it into something that was beyond myself and give back to show that the community did so much for me that I wanted to do for them. So in 2022, I decided to get charity status, change the bylaws so that we could support individuals with disabilities wanting to get into adapted sport. Sport is a very expensive and costly thing these days. And I remember the sacrifices my dad gave to me in order just to play hockey, and seeing these young, amazing individuals with disabilities not being able to get involved in sport really drove me towards providing them an opportunity by removing financial barriers and providing the equipment so that they can participate.
Mm-hmm. Tim, having said all of that, we've mentioned it here just a moment ago, but stories like this really resonate with people. Can you share with us maybe a couple of other examples of how GoFundMe has helped?
Most recently, the tragic events in Tumbler Ridge. So over 4 million Canadian raised, and nearly 500,000 for the very brave young girl Maya, who's still fighting and trying to find a path to recovery. So those are examples of when a big crisis happens, people want to do something, and often I think we may feel there's nothing we can do, but there actually is something we can do, and having a GoFundMe is a very effective way, not just of giving money, but the money actually reflects something bigger, which is that we are showing our love, our support, our care, and flowing that to the recipients, and that is incredibly important. And when I speak to people who've used our platform around the world, they will often say, you know, the money was incredibly helpful, but the way it made me feel that we were not alone in this situation, that thousands or tens of thousands of people wanted to tell us that you matter, we care, we're here for you, we're rooting for you. That is so important.
Absolutely. All right, Tim, Ryan, thank you both so much for coming in this morning. Really appreciate it. And Ryan, thanks as always for continuing to be an inspiration.
Thank you.